Good morning, good afternoon, or good night. Wherever you are, we're all still learning. Welcome back to my podcast, Still Learning, and I'm your host, Crystal Simmons. Today's topic, I figured we should talk about mental health as a whole because I feel like it kind of is the umbrella term for later episodes and topics to come. Why does being isolated make things 10 times harder? Don't isolate yourself. It's the difference between taking a break versus ignoring your problems. And I feel like people kind of mix up the two. You shouldn't wait till you're here to be like, you know what? Yeah, now I need a break. No. Why are you waiting till you're here? Let's say we start here, and then as soon as you're like here, then you should want to take your break. Don't let things happen one thing after another. Literally, no. A lot of us have so many things going on. We have school, we have work, we have families, we have relationships, we have ourselves to deal with. All of that is a lot. So by the time you're up here, not only do you want to just say fuck everyone, you're at your limit. No one should ever really be at their limit. When you're at your limit, you can't think clearly, you cannot function properly. It's too much going on in the world for us to not be able to think properly or function properly. When you're already here, like let's say you have an exam coming up and you're also working and you also have things to do at home, all of these things are going to build up over each other. Take breaks in between those things so you're giving yourself time to reset. Not really ignore your problems, but reset. We need to reset. I feel like we got to reset, y'all. Don't wait. Don't wait till you're here. Don't wait till you're here. When you're here, it's going to be fuck the world. It's going to be fuck everybody. And that's not the proper attitude to have in any type of situation, I feel like. And I just feel like, don't do that, bro. And that also goes with be careful on who you tell things to as well. Not everyone needs to know everything that is happening in your life, especially when it comes to more sensitive topics such as mental health, how you're feeling, how you're doing. On a deep level, of course, people are going to ask you how you are. I'm not saying to lie and be like, no, yeah, like everything sucks. Like I'm over it. I'm ready to go. No, you don't got to lie. You can just say, I'm well, I'm fine. But have a person in your life, family, friend, therapist, who you do go to and who you do feel comfortable of like opening up to, essentially opening up. And I know that a lot of us have been told these things like, yeah, talk about your problems, write them down. And you know, it really is easier said than done. I should know. Literally the reason why I'm doing this podcast is kind of to show how not easy it is. I don't want to say that it's easy, but that it is okay to struggle. Literally, it's okay to struggle. We are all literally still learning. We're trying to figure it out. But it's a difference between just sitting in one spot, not making any progress, and trying, trying to get better. You know, we all have to start somewhere. I know asking for help can seem like a burden for a lot of people. You may not want to come off as a burden. You may think that what you're going through isn't as serious as what may be going on in someone's life. Or you may simply just not know how to say, hey, I'm struggling, I need help. But when I tell you the easiest way to do it is to literally be like, hey, I'm struggling, I need help, you're fine. Literally, you're fine. How can you tell when you need to slow down? This literally goes into not waiting till you're here. I would say the second you feel mentally tired or like you're like, hey, this is kind of too much or I can't really take any more of this, take a break. Take a break. Literally take a break. Do not force yourself to do anything that you do not want to do because you're only going to mess it up for yourself in the future. Literally. The point that I'm trying to get at is it is okay to say how you feel. It is okay to not be okay. It is okay to struggle. It is not okay to just struggle, period, and not try to get better. I don't think it's okay to just watch others around you struggle, because I feel like at the end of the day, you are the company that you keep, essentially. If you're around people who don't see the importance of mental health or the importance of bettering yourself or the importance of open communication, the importance of taking breaks, the importance of mental health, period, the importance of just good well-being, it's going to be hard for yourself to get out of the mindset of, hey, I'm actually not okay right now. Let me ask for some help. And it can be challenging. It can be super duper challenging, honestly, overly. Why are so many people burnt out before they start the day? I know a lot of times when I wake up, I'm already over it, literally off the bat. I could take a nap, instantly still tired. And it's because we aren't taking the breaks that we need to take, guys. Like, literally, a lot of times, like, I'm like, why did they stop giving us nap time after pre-K when I needed it most? I will never understand that. I mean, in high school, I could have used that nap time. Even now, I could use that nap time. So to that, because in college, you do have more time in your break. Instead of just sitting there doing nothing, lay down, rest your eyes, set that alarm for your next class, rest your eyes, take a break, slow down and unplug. Taking a break is not scrolling on your phone. Don't do that. Taking a break is not opening TikTok. Taking a break is not, I don't know, just take a break. I think essentially what I'm trying to say is that we all struggle for mental health. There has been a moment in your life where I'm sure you can be like, yeah, I definitely was going through it. Or you are going through it. I don't know. You might be going through it right now. A lot of us are really just trying to get by, or we're just doing the bare minimum just to make it to the next day. And I don't think that's okay. A lot of people put things before mental health. And I feel like in order to succeed or like do your best in what it is you're putting before mental health, you have to be in a good headspace. You cannot do anything feeling a type of way. Literally, if you're tired and let's say you go to work, are you gonna do good that day? No, you're literally tired from working the day before. Take a break. Point blank, period. If you have a test coming up and you just did all this work, no breaks, you're tired, you're not right in the head. You're overthinking about, I don't know, a text message, or you're overthinking, period, or you haven't eaten, or you have not taken care of yourself. How can you possibly think that you're going to do this task or this assignment or whatever it is you're about to do in a decent way? How can you think that? You're not. I'm sorry, you're not. You're just not. Mental health has to be first. It has to be your first priority, literally. The way you feel affects everything else. It just does. Do not put your education before how you feel. If you aren't in a good headspace and you got all this work to do, are you going to do that work in a good way? No, you're going to fail. Don't do that. Take a 5-minute breather first, meditate, grab a snack, then do your work. If you got to go to work and let's say, I don't know, you have to present a project or something, I don't know, and let's say you're anxious or you're overwhelmed, do you think you're going to do a good job presenting your project? You're not. So people, please, 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 if anything you're going to do, please try to have a good mindset. Please try to think of yourself first. You have to be selfish. And I feel like that's very important. You have to put yourself first. A lot of people, like I said before, will think because their problem isn't as big, or they feel like it's other things going on, or they feel like a burden, they're going to keep this to themselves but do all these other things for other people. That's only going to burn you out more. You're giving what little energy you have into other people who, would they return that to you? Make sure that they would. That's another episode in itself. But I just think a lot of us just need to slow down. Literally, it's too much happening in the world for everyone to just be going by, passing the day by, tired, overwhelmed, exhausted, and not being able to sit back and think and be like, okay, this is what's going on. This is what's happening. I need to good now. I think if anything, I'm gonna just mash up what I have and just put it together because, you know, it don't have to be like the whole point of this really was that they're my unfiltered thoughts. This isn't supposed to be something overly professional or interview style. It's simply my takes on the fucked up world that we're in right now and what we're going through. And these topics that I share on this podcast are things that I see myself struggling with, I see my peers struggling with, or just the world around me. And I don't know, man, y'all, like, it sucks. It sucks right now. What we're going through right now sucks. And it's up to us to still learn, literally, to take a break, take it one day at a time, still learn, be open to new ideas, and just try to make the best of what we have. Make sure you vote for midterms. Make sure you do that, please. I won't get too much into that because that also is another episode in itself, but it's important. Vote for midterms. Y'all see what we're going through right now? It sucks. Make sure you vote. Point blank, period. I don't want to live in a world like this. I'm sure you don't want to live in a world like this. So let's fucking fix it. Thank you. Asking for help so uncomfortable for so many people. I think this does really just tie into how you were raised and what you see going on around you, and maybe what you've seen when other people have asked for help in the past. I will say, although people are still struggling with mental health, the topic itself has been more accepted in communities in the past years. So it's growing, there is growth somewhere. It's happening slowly but surely. But I don't know. Sometimes it just seems fake. Like, people will say, oh yeah, take a break, but do they really mean it? When your job says, hey, you're fine, but like, some people, when you bring up mental health, I feel like they still think that like, oh, it shouldn't be number one. And that's my whole thing. I feel like mental health should be a number one. My literal whole point is, if you are not good in the head, if you're not right up here, you will be wrong in everything else you do. Literally. If mental health is not number one, you're going to mess up in your work. You're going to mess up in your learning. If you're tired, how can you possibly think that you're going to stay up and be able to study for a test? How do you think you're going to be able to do your job? How do you think you're going to be able to communicate with other people if you're not right up here? So take a break. Please take a break. An actual break, not just isolating yourself and calling it a day. No, take a break. Reflect. Journal. Like I said, all of these things are easier said than done. It took me a while to actually be able to sit down with myself and put on some instrumental music and just reflect and literally reflect. To be able to sit there with just your thoughts about your day, it can actually go a while. You can figure out what happened, how you maybe handled a situation during the day, and you wish you could have handled it differently. Don't go to sleep with feelings or emotions that you don't want to hang on to. It's only going to be there when you wake up. And no one likes to wake up with a heavy heart. So I really just want people to be okay. I want people to be comfortable with talking when they're not okay. I want other people to help people when they're not okay. We can't do that if we're not okay ourselves, obviously. So take those breaks.